Some of you guys might know this already, but a few months ago, I decided to quit my full-time job. Initially, my plan was very much to focus towards content creation and also to pursue my career of being a licensed financial planner. But I then got a really good opportunity and everything lined up, so here I am today. I'm a full-time trader. So in today's video, I wanted to talk to you guys about what I do as a full-time trader in Malaysia, how I got here, and also how you guys can pursue this if you wanted to. First up, I want to say that none of this would have happened without Bursa Malaysia and them coming up with the Futures Trading Apprenticeship Program, or FTAP. I will say this upfront, this video is sponsored by them, but without this program, I would never have gotten this opportunity and I wouldn't be making this video today. So later on in this video, I'll talk to you guys more about this program, like what I did over the 2 weeks and also how you guys can apply for it because the next batch is coming very soon. But first, some context. So trading has always been something that I was really interested in and I've been doing it over the last few years. I've traded many different products. I mainly traded US stocks, but I also tried different things like options, CFDs, and even crypto. Ironically, the only thing that I never tried as a retail trader was futures, but that's the only thing that I trade right now with my firm. My performance over this period before I became a full-time trader, honestly, it wasn't really great. I wasn't really a consistently profitable trader. Like I said, I tried many different products and all of these products, they had slightly different trading strategies and nothing really stuck with me. I couldn't figure out that holy grail on how I could become a profitable trader. I knew I wanted to become a trader. It was something that I've always wanted, but I didn't really know how to get there. So for me, it was more like, a pipe dream that I always wanted to do. But because I didn't know of a path to get there, it wasn't something that I was actively working towards. I'll be honest, trading is not easy, especially if you're trying to do it on your own. It's even harder. So this is where everything kind of fell into place for me. So I quit my job in August of last year, and like I said, I wanted to become, a full-time content creator and also pursue becoming a licensed financial planner here in Malaysia. But then, I saw about this FTAP program on Twitter, and I thought, I have the time, I am interested in trading, so why not just give it a go? Surprisingly to me, I did get accepted and I decided to join for it. I say surprisingly because the assessment was a bit difficult and I didn't think that I did very well. This was my first bit of luck. Honestly speaking, if I didn't quit my job in August of last year, I don't think that I would have joined this program because trying to take 2 weeks off from work was a bit difficult. But hey, some of the other participants, they did do it. Some of them took 2 weeks off and some of them even had to take unpaid leave. And this just goes to show how committed and how much some of these guys wanted to become full-time traders. The training was done by a prop firm in Malaysia, and by the end of the 2-week program, I got offered the opportunity to join them in their KL office. This was like a dream to me. It was what I always wanted. I didn't know how to get there, and here they were laying out the entire blueprint for me. But like I said, since I didn't have other plans when I quit my job, I still had to think about it and I had to think about whether this was the right time for me to pursue this. And again, another piece of luck. The thing is, if you want to become a full-time trader, you will need to have at least a bit of savings. I'll talk more about this later in this video, but since I wanted to quit my job anyway, I obviously had some savings saved up because I'm responsible. I wanted to make sure that I have enough money in case everything didn't work out. At least I had some savings to last me through a year and a half. So this was the situation that I was in. I got offered my dream opportunity and I did have the time to do it because I did quit my job. I'm still young, so I can't afford to take this risk, and I also had savings to back me up in case all of this didn't work out. So everything was in place for me and I thought to myself, this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, I just had to take it. So this is where I'm at today. The funny thing is, I did tell my friends and family in the past that I would never do these two things. One is I would never go and work for a company that has an office in KL because KL city center is just so jammed, there's so much traffic and I don't want to go through that hassle. Two is I said I would never join a job or a company where they required me to go into office every single day. So full work from office, go in 5 days a week. The thing is, those two things are exactly what I'm doing right now. My trading firm is based in KL city center. We're very near to KLCC, so I have to go there and I have to go in every single day. I don't really have to go in, but I do want to go in, especially when I'm just starting out. So I guess these rules, they won't really matter if you're offered a job that you really enjoy, and yeah, I decided to do it anyway. Now I want to talk a bit about what I do every single day just so you guys can get a gauge of whether this is something that you want to pursue. Like I said, we only trade futures right now, but it ranges from commodities like palm oil or FCPO to stock indexes like the FKLI, which tracks the FBM KLCI in Malaysia. If you think that all a trader does all day is sit in front of the computer and stare at the screen, then
Actually, yeah, you're right. That is what we do.
But of course, we don't just trade throughout the day lah. We still have to wait for the right opportunities. If there are no opportunities, then we will just be sitting on our hands waiting. So when the market is a bit quiet, we try and spend our time doing some research. So we look at what happened during this same period in previous years, and we also try to think about what might happen this year. Is this year going to trade the same as previous years, or are things going to be slightly different because we're in a different macro and fundamental picture? And we also spend time doing normal office stuff. Our water cooler talk, we talk about what happened in crypto yesterday, even though we don't trade it. We even talk about stuff like F1, badminton, all those good stuff, and we even play ping pong if we want to distress a bit in office. And this is where I think, the major benefit of being a full-time trader and working with a group of other people comes in compared to trying to trade on your own. The thing is, when you work with a group of people and there are other traders there as well, you get to discuss ideas, you get to run through your previous trades, and you also get to support each other in case we make mistakes, which obviously will happen from time to time. Doing this on your own is also possible. There are a lot of people who become, very successful full-time traders on your own. But especially if you're a beginner, you'll need a lot more self-leadership to become successful. Of course, if you are an experienced trader, you've been doing this for tens of years and you've made millions of dollars from the market, then you can go ahead and do whatever you want. But especially if you're a beginner, being with a group of other people who are like-minded, who want to become better traders themselves as well, it will help you accelerate the process of being, a beginner trader to a consistently profitable trader. You also, of course, get to learn from other traders who have been there for longer than you, which is something that I have gotten and it's really helped me out. In my firm, we don't really have, like a set time that we have to be in office. There's no like punch in, punch out, go to the toilet, tell your boss and stuff like that, obviously. So some people, they prefer to trade from home first and then go into office later on when the market is a bit more quiet. That's me, because I can't wake up so early, so I do trade at home first. But there are also some people who like to be in office bright and early every single day. Before any markets open, they want to be there, and then maybe they'll leave office a bit earlier so that they can avoid the jam of being in KL. This is just completely personal preference, but there are certain windows during the day where we have to be fully focused at our desk because there are really good trading opportunities. If this is something that excites you so far, then let me talk to you guys a bit about what you need to become a full-time trader. This is, I'm not an expert in this because I've only been doing this for 3 months, so I don't have like the secret sauce, the holy grail for you guys to become full-time traders, but I thought, I'll just share my opinion. And my personal opinion is that most things in trading you can learn over time. The only thing that you can't learn, and this to me is the most important aspect of all of this, is how much or how badly do you actually want to become a trader. Like I said, I've always been interested in trading throughout my life. I've always wanted to do it, but right now I would say it's more like an obsession rather than an interest. I was willing to shift my entire schedule just to do this. I was never really a morning person. I usually wake up quite late, 9, 10 plus in the morning. But nowadays, of course, since markets will open at the times that market open, I have to adjust and I do have to wake up nice and early every single day. I also trade at night every single weekday. And on the weekends, since I can't trade, I actually spend time looking at charts. So yeah, it's something that I've gotten really obsessed over, and this is almost like a part of me right now. Some of the traders in my firm, they actually moved from their hometown because they're not from KL, so they actually came to KL just to pursue this opportunity. And other traders like myself, we do have our businesses, but right now, because we want to focus on trading during the weekdays, it means that now our weekends, we will have to allocate some time to run our businesses. So yeah, all of us pretty much sacrifice something to do this, and the only reason I think we can do this continuously is because we really, really want to become full-time traders. 2 things that I will say you probably need though is time and money. So obviously you can become a part-time trader, right? You can still become a part-time trader, be profitable, and still keep your full-time job so that everything still feels secure. But since this video is talking about how I became a full-time trader, if you want to do that, then obviously you will have to give up some time. You have to treat this like any other job, if you think that a trader, you watch these YouTubers, they just trade for 30 minutes, 1 hour a day, and they make thousands, millions of dollars a month, it's not really realistic, especially when you're just starting out. You will have to spend the standard 9 to 6, maybe even more, if you want to become successful. And since trading income is not guaranteed, it will even fluctuate from month to month, and sometimes you might even lose on the month. And this is why you need savings, like I was talking about earlier in this video. You don't want to go into trading with the mindset that, you know, I must make a profit this month, otherwise I can't pay rent, I can't eat lunch next month, because that will just mess with your entire mental state and you won't be able to trade well. So having the standard emergency funds of, like, you know, 6 to 12 months of your expenses, it will help you a lot. It'll give you the peace of mind knowing that at least if you had a bad month or even a bad quarter, everything will still be fine. In terms of technical skills and the know-how, I would say obviously it is important and eventually you will want to master it so you can become a really good trader, but it's something that you can learn along the way. I remember during my FTAP program, I was talking to one of the other participants and she told me, like, she was completely lost. She had no idea what was going on, she had no idea what the trainers were saying because this was her first time trading. Today though, she is also a full-time trader in the same firm that I'm at, so it just goes to show that, you know, all you need is a willingness to learn and also a commitment to go through this process of, you know, going from a beginner trader all the way to becoming, hopefully one day in the future, consistently profitable trader. Speaking of that, now's a good time for me to transition into the FTAP program that is organized by Bursa. So I joined the first batch. This was done in November of last year. It was a 2-week program, like I said. And by the end of it, I did get offered. I had to decide if I wanted to take it. And in January of this year, I transitioned to become a full-time trader with the firm that did the training. There's no guarantee, you know, there's no guarantee that if you join FTAP, you will get offered a space. But I would say even just learning from these guys, it's extremely helpful if you want to go with this seriously, if you want to be a full-time trader. The good news is there will be more intakes. Mine was just the first batch, so there will be more intakes over the next few years. And the next one is coming up very, very soon. It will be from the 11th to 24th of May, 2024. The applications are open right now, and the last day to apply will be the 7th of April, 2024. If you guys are interested in applying for this, I'll leave the link down in the description, or you can just Google Bursa FTAP and you should be able to find the page. Even if you're watching this video after the 7th of April, you know, you will have missed this batch, but don't worry, like I said, there will be more intakes even this year. So just keep an eye out on the website and try to see when they will do their future intakes because it's not confirmed yet. So this program is a 2-week program. It will be continuous, meaning if you do get accepted and if you do have a full-time job, then you will have to plan your leave accordingly. There's also a fee of 621 ringgit to join this, but this is heavily subsidized by the Capital Markets Development Fund. Otherwise, I would say a standard trading cost, something like this, it would cost somewhere in the 5 figures if you wanted to attend it. During the first batch, the structure of our program was that the first 2 days was a theoretical class. So this is where they just, you know, explain to us their trading style, they explain to us futures and all those stuff. This was done on the weekend, so Saturday and Sunday. And then full on 2 weeks later after that, we did live simulated trading. The reason it has to be on weekdays is because, you know, the markets are only open on weekdays and they want us to actually trade the live markets even though it's a simulated account. The sim part was extremely cool. They actually did up a whole room in the Bursa office and we were all there for 2 weeks and we actually traded the markets, and I've been trading for 4 years. I've been trading so many different products, but I've never been exposed to this style of trading. And trust me when I say this, whatever they teach you during these 2 weeks is exactly how they trade. Of course, they can only fit in so much in 2 weeks, but it's not like, you know, they only share you a small portion of how they trade and then they try and charge you another $999 for part 2 of the course just so that you can become profitable. Trust me, I've been through this 2-week program, I've actually joined the firm, and whatever they teach you, that is how they trade. They actually practice what they preach. Out of all of the applicants, only 30 people will be accepted. I think during my batch, they said there were over 300 applicants, I think. So yeah, only 30 people will get accepted. Unfortunately, I don't have any tips on how you can get accepted. Like I said, I don't even know how I got accepted. I thought I wouldn't get accepted because it's so hard. But during my time, the questions were more on, you know, behavioral and logical aspects of trading. So I guess you could search them up if you want to. Of course, there are certain traits to become a successful trader, like for example, your willingness to take risks and also how you deal with losses. For the assessment, they will give you an hour to complete the entire thing. So make sure that when you're doing it, you do have a full hour to complete it because you can't pause the timer or you can't retake the assessment in the future. Also make sure that you bring, you know, a calculator because some of the questions might need you to use a calculator unless, you know, your mental math is super fast. Also, finally, before you even do the assessment, you will have to do some SIDC derivatives e-learning course just so you understand futures and how spreads work. So yeah, before you even do the assessment, make sure you complete that. It will take some time, so make sure you have everything in place so that you don't miss out before the deadline. If you get accepted, congratulations. Maybe I will see you soon. But yeah, I wouldn't say you need a trading background. A lot of people, or some of them, didn't even know how to trade before they attended this. But my advice or my suggestion is for you guys to at least read up on futures and spread trading. So these two things you should get the basics of. It's not necessary, but if you do understand it, the 2-week program will just be a lot more beneficial for you and you can be a lot more engaged. So that's my journey on how I became a full-time trader. I'm really thankful for all of the opportunities because this has been a dream for me, and I'm not gonna lie, there was a lot of luck involved. Thanks for watching this video to the end, guys. Let me know if you have any other questions. Let me know in the comments below. Give us a huge thumbs up if you enjoyed this video and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. See you guys in the next one. Peace out.